Yo, what is up? This is Larry Reviews, and today we're going to be looking at another One Piece figure, Tony Chpper. This one's a one of them $35 figures. Actually, now with the prices going up, they're more $37 from what I've seen at Walmart and Target and stuff like that. But anyways, here we have them. This is the one from Egghead Island, hence the name Tony Chpper, Future Island Egghead. You get your standard one-piece packaging. You know, you get your little map on the top with Luffy's head and hat right there. You get your see-through window right here of the character, a picture of the character, and they always put a little background picture right behind them that's not in full color. On the side, you get a lot of promo pics, your typical DLC face sculpt for Luffy, which fits on all the Luffys except for obviously you know, your Gear 5 Luffy and all that. But this head goes on all the $35 figure Luffys. And then you get some pictures in the back, you know, showing off the face sculpts and stuff that it comes with. But anyways, let's open it up, see what's inside. Like I said, it'll be a quick review. There's not a lot in this packaging, and he's a smaller figure. He comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 faces, the Luffy face, and he gets his own little stand. The only thing that sucks about it is they, you know, had to put this hole in the back, and if you don't want to use the stand, he's always going to have that little hole right there. But let's take him out, check out some of the articulation. So here we have him. It's a little guy, but with a lot of attitude. I really like this figure so far. And I'm glad we finally got a Tony Chpper in the SH Figure Arts line. Which, honestly, I wish we would have got, you know, the original Chpper. But we'll have to make do with this one for now. So let's check out some of the articulation. There is a little bit of head movement right there. If you can look under there, there's a little spot where, you know, it can move around. Neck peg, 360 degrees, obviously. It can look down a good bit for a small figure and up real well. There's a little hinge right there for his, what is this, his hood. I don't see how that hood will go in that big old head, but you know, they put a little movement in that. The backpack is just in there, movable. The antlers, I think they come off for the face swaps. He gets a little movement. Oh, his little arm just came up. This one thing I really don't like about One Piece figures is I wish they had more of a ball hinge. A lot of them tend to have that. The Egghead Luffy has that with his shoulders, and mine broke very easily. I just had to put it in there. But you get a little elbow move right there, just single jointed. You get a little torso piece right here. Back forward. A little bit side to side. Obviously, you're not going to get much on the legs other than, you know, up, back, side to side. But yeah, that's all you get for articulation. Like I said, you get this little stand. If you've gotten smaller figures, they tend to come with things like this, like that Luffy up there. He has one, but pretty easy setup. Just put it right there. Pretty easy setup. Snap it right there. You get to go. And then, like I said, when stand them up, it goes in the back of the backpack, and it's supposed to hold them up pretty well. But anyways, let's take a look at some of these head sculpts. Obviously the first one you get right here is just neutral. Little hat comes out like this to look at it. Put some eyebrows in them, but you can't really see them with this little hat. I'm not really sure how to exchange these faces yet, but they usually put it inside the box. So according to this, I guess you pull the front of it and pull the little antlers out. Let's see how that works. Yep, antlers come right out. And if I had to guess, try not to break it. Yep, there it is. Yeah, pretty easy. And they all come with that little slit on the forehead because that's where his little hat bill goes. That looks weird, but anyways. So we get this, neutral face. We also get a happy face. I don't know what this would be, like a excited to see something cool. But like I said, they put the eyebrows on there, but you can't even really see them. I guess you can see them on this one. The other one, not as much. Then last but not least, you get this funny one where, he's nervous, someone's attacking him, or he's just too high up in the air with his space rocket boots. But yeah, we get 4 of them, not too bad. Go ahead and try this one on, see what it looks like. So it's pretty easy setup. Just put it in there. Shove this little front piece on there. Put his little antlers back. That slide right in. Or it's supposed to slide right in. Okay, so there is a way they go in. And this one's not trying to cooperate. That other one went right in, and I'm struggling with this one. Let's see. Okay, I had to cut that camera just to get that in. Wasn't too bad. You just gotta line it up right. Then you put his little bill on there. And then you got a Tony Chpper who's crying. But that's pretty sweet. I like that. Now, last but not least, not sure how many of these faces we got already, but it's quite a bit. And I feel like we've already seen this one before, but I'm not sure. There's, it is Luffy. He is smiling all the time. And I'm always glad to have another expression to put on Luffy. And today, I'm going to be pairing him up with the proper Luffy. The egghead one. So let's put this face on this Luffy and see what it looks like. So here we have them both in their stands, and here's that face of Luffy on him, which looks amazing. All the faces look great. They always really capture Luffy's essence in his face plates. And there's Chpper, crying because he can't control his flying while Luffy's having the time of his life. So in all, I really do like this figure. Like the face plates it comes with. And I always gotta love an extra Luffy face. I think he could have had a little more, especially for his size. They could have added, an extra face plate or maybe some smoke on his boots, like he was flying. But all in all, I'm glad to have him. I love One Piece. I love everything One Piece. I mean, it's right there under Dragon Ball for me. And I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, but One Piece, just story-wise, holds it together so well. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. And stay tuned for the next one. I will be reviewing another One Piece character that I have. You can see him right there in the left corner. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you thought about Chpper. Do you think it's worth it, or do you think it's a pass? See you in the next video. Peace.